You know, our passage today in the book of Exodus is actually quite alarming. I mean, God is slowly but surely revealing His plan to Moses, and He's asking Moses to go before Pharaoh and to tell him that he must let the people of God go. And then God lets him in on a little bit of information here. Chapter 3, verse 19. He says, I know that the king of Egypt will not let you go unless compelled by a mighty hand. So I will stretch out my hand and strike Egypt with all the wonders that I will do in it. After that he will let you go. And I will give this people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. And when you go, you shall not go out empty. You know, it's interesting here that he says to Moses, you know, Moses, this is not going to be easy. You're going to go to him and you're going to say, let my people go, and he's not going to do it. But God says, I'm going to move on your behalf. It is going to be through my outstretched hand that this is going to take place. This was not going to be an easy task for Moses. It wasn't going to be an easy call. He was going to have a lot of issues come his way as a result of what God was calling him to do. And the same is true for you and I. First of all, God was doing something very gracious here. He was showing Moses the end of the story. He was saying, Moses, I want you to understand something. Pharaoh ain't going to want to let you go, but he's going to let you go because I'm going to move. You know, it's kind of the same thing with us, is it not? That we already know the end of the story. That we know that every knee is going to bow and every tongue is going to confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. But there's nothing in the Word of God that would make us believe that this is going to be easy. I mean, Jesus said, if they persecuted me, they'll persecute you also. Blessed are those who mourn. Blessed are those who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness. But here's what you can know, that the outstretched hand of God through the work of His Spirit in our lives is still active, and that God is going to accomplish His will on this earth, that He is going to bring His kingdom and is bringing His kingdom on this earth. You know, don't give up. Moses could have easily given up and said, you know what, I'm not going to do this. This is too difficult. God's already told you it's not going to be easy, but I'm going to win, that I am going to reign, and that God, by His grace and mercy, is going to use His saints to take His name to the ends of this earth, and the gates of hell will not prevail. Understand this, Christian, the gates of hell will not prevail against you because God is at work in you, willing and working for His good pleasure.